is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs. This week we have a return guest, Tezu.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you know what? Tezu is one of the busiest dudes that I know in the music scene. He's been hard at work, and for those of you who haven't caught his first vlog session, go ahead and give us a update, I guess, a refresher on what you're all about.
Well, again, my name's Tezu, T-A-E space Z-U. I run FFE Productions. Straight out of El Paso, east side El Paso, Eastwood High School. Go ahead and go True. But basically me, like you said, I'm a hardworking person. I like to support local music, a lot more local music than out of town music. I guess bigger names per se. I'm an underground person and everything, so that's what FFE does. In general, we help the underdogs. Plus, if you work hard, we're here to work with you.
Cool. Okay, so just for reference, go ahead and give the audience info on FFE. That stands for
Funky Fat Elephant Productions.
Cool.
Everybody's got apes, we got elephants.
Yeah. And the elephants are awesome, man. They don't forget. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I know that in your first visit we talked about like how you got started in music and everything, mm-hmm. And I know that sometimes when you look back on an interview or like something that you've told somebody about yourself, you always wish you could have said something different added to it. So like, how would you talk about yourself now? Fast forwarding from your first visit.
I have very little time for myself. I have very little time for myself. I mean, it's cool. I really just like helping people. I like helping people that like helping themselves. There's really nothing much else I can say about that.
Yeah, well, like from my point of view, I remember the first time you were here. Like the only thing I had to go off of was like what I read about you, your social media, and then like your videos and like how you were like very aggressive in your approach to your music and stuff. Yes. But now I've seen a totally different side of you. You've actually brought some of your friends to our vlog, mm-hmm. like Manny Hayes and Call Me Militia.
Yes, yes.
So I see that side of you where you're like want to grow. You're helping other people grow too, get their names out there. Oh, but I know that there's still a lot more to you than.
Yeah, I feel like it's time for. I mean, no matter what position I'm in, I guess in the music industry, because I watch a lot of interviews of movie actors, musicians, business owners, and they basically say if you're starting off in something, why not branch out into everything else that involves what you love doing?
Yeah.
So helping people that obviously, of course, would help themselves, and then getting into the movies, which I am very interested in. Just hint at you.
Nice. Yeah, I know what you mean about like letting your roots spread out.
Yes.
And like try to touch as many people that could use your help that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that in you, and I know a little bit about it. You know, we like Judy and I started off just like going to shows, taking pictures, and next thing you know, we're doing vlogs, and she's doing video, and now we're helping people record their like live performances, and it to me it's like very fulfilling.
Yes.
Just knowing that we could help other people out. So okay, so like, what about like your? I know you talked about your music history. So like, what's happened from the last time you were here, specifically to Tezu?
Well, I've been getting a lot of work for music production. Lately, as of now, I have produced 8 projects this year alone, not just including my own stuff. And I've been getting a lot of good buzz from the right people. That's all I'm gonna say on that part. But
hey, that's good, man.
You know, the shows are picking up. Everything that FFE's been doing, everything that I've been putting together for FFE, shows have been picking up. The next project that's going to be dropping on the 31st of this month, October, is going to be an interesting little project. Just something for all my fans, that hardcore hip hop fans, boom bap guys, and maybe some of the R&B people that probably like this one. But the main project y'all want to be wanting to look out for will be February, March of next year, GR.
Nice. And would you say that your influences are still the same from the last time we were here, or?
Yeah, actually, yeah. And to be honest with you, a little bit more, I've been going back into classical music. I've been listening to a little bit of Bach lately.
Bach. Bach. My son's an orchestra kid, so he always says Bach.
Bach.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to, like, don't limit yourself when it comes to
Yeah.
to that. That's cool,
Most
man.
definitely. Even I've even started picking up on my record collection too. So if y'all know any records, hit up the email FFE915@gmail.com. Hey, got some records over here.
That's cool, man. So do you think that that's like part of your evolution as far as like your sound goes? You're picking up other ideas from different genres.
Yeah, because like you can get stagnant, and I noticed when I started doing, well, I get kind of bored when I start doing the same things, and I noticed it really quickly. So as you noticed, I started changing a little bit more of the stuff. I started evolving a lot more of my beats, production-wise, experimenting with different types of songs and stuff lately. So people are going to get a more well-rounded Taizoo.
That's awesome, man. For now and then, and you keep growing.
Yes, always a student.
Okay, so we have talked about like your original music, your discography, and like all your music history, but has any of that changed? Have you dropped anything new or anything?
Lately, no. I haven't dropped anything new, basically for the reasons of I've been focusing more on the production side and setting up for the 2018 season, the beginning 2018 season.
Nice.
So the latest project that's going to be dropping is the 31st one, Extend Higher Dimension. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and I thought it was really cool how like all of a sudden you started throwing all these new young musicians at us for us to feature and stuff. So like, how does that networking go? Like, do you see them at a show and then you hit them up to work with you, or they approach you?
Well, I actually study a lot of people that have been doing music, whether they've been really active in El Paso or they haven't really been active in El Paso and just drop music, because there's a lot of hidden gems here, but they don't get the opportunities that most of us do, or they don't have the knowledge that most of us do. So I kind of focus on their work ethic first. If they haven't really done much of shows or anything, is what their progression is on their music, how have they changed from one year to another, stuff like that. And I'll probably send them an email. I'll follow their page, look at their videos, listen to their music, stuff like that, just to get an understanding of the person a little bit before just jumping into the next step, because people can get scared when you hit them with interviews and shows like off the gate. Like it kind of shakes them to the core a little bit. So you also got to find people that are mature enough, ready for that.
Yeah. I mean, if they can handle that, then they'll handle anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. I thought it was really cool how you just like threw them at us, and I mean, the two kids that you've brought to us are legit, man. I was really impressed with both of them. And little Manny Hayes, little dude, but damn, man, he's like a 10-foot giant, man.
Yes, most
So,
definitely.
how much involvement do you have, like, in the stuff that they're recording?
As of now, Manny Hayes, I produce pretty much all the music. If we get any instrumentals or other producers that are involved, they're involved. But I usually do most of the work. So I try to be the workhorse, since I have a lot more knowledge. But at the same time, I offer to teach them how to do it, the music production side, how to vocal coaching, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, and you know what? One thing I've been wanting to ask, and I keep forgetting, but I want to know about this Mach 1 dude. He's a beatmaster, right?
Yeah, beatmaker. Mach 1 is my other persona. Mach 1 would be the guy that always has the headphones. He's like the little robot with headphones. He's always thinking of beats, always thinking of the next step, the new level of something. Mach 1 is the 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 heartbeat to a lot of our instrumentals and music and everything.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to know about him because I'm really impressed with his work. You know, I can't even imagine the imagination and creativity it takes to come up with beats, and his stuff is always on point, man.
Thank you. To be honest with you, when it came to beat making and choosing Mach 1 as a persona, it was a really interesting process because I was a part of another label.
Are you saying that you're Mach 1?
Yeah. Nobody knew it.
You know what? And I was going to ask you, why don't you bring Mach 1 into the vlogs? We can talk to him too. Here's Mach 1. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey man, I'm over here giving you compliments and I didn't know it.
I'm pretty good at it.
Mach 1. Crazy. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
No, you're good.
Like blew me away all those like out of nowhere.
I do a lot of stuff. Everything from the music production, recording, vocal coaching. I have a lot of useless little talents that I try to master.
Damn, oh, that's crazy, man. I think you got a pretty good handle on that one. And then you've talked about how you record, right? You record.
Yes.
So the stuff that like you put out in Menahe's and Malaysia, you recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like DIY, or do you have your own studio?
Yes, actually I do.
I know we talked about this before.
Yes. Not too much though.
Just as a refresher.
Yeah, we didn't get really too in depth with it. My studio is really homey. You know, it's right out of the home, but I guess I surprise a lot of people because of the quality that comes out of it, and I just say it's all math. When you put together something, it's just basically math. If you and plus, there's internet, so there's really no excuse.
Right.
You know, to get it done. I watch it just in case.
Unlimited resources out there, man.
Yes, I use it. I got my phone's always on me,
Nice.
24/7.
So like, do you help the guys that you help that you manage them?
No,
You don't manage them.
no.
So what is your role with them?
Guidance.
Okay, the artists that you guide, like, do you have involvement as far as like writing lyrics and all that, or is that all under?
No, that's all on them.
Yeah,
If
that's how I figured.
like if they need help writing lyrics, I give them pointers. I don't tell them what to write. Like run-on sentences. I don't. Some people still have a lot of problem with run-on sentences and stuff like that. But I don't have a neck choke on right. Stuff like FFE. With FFE, it's a business partnership. It's us and that individual person. So they're their own manager. I pretty much tell them that I'm not your babysitter. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome, man. I mean, because like, who wouldn't want guidance?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to something like that, you know. Especially if you're young and you don't really know the ropes. It's cool. And as far as like helping them get their music out and like making it public, do you help them with that too, or?
Yes. I show them exactly where to go. And if I don't know, I do have friends that are in the music business, a lot more successful than I am right now. But they also point me out to different things. If the guys have questions that I can't answer, I always point them in the right direction, stuff like that. I always try to do the best of my ability to get their work out there.
Okay, and what about like for Tizu? Like, do you have anything coming up soon? Or are you in the writing process of anything? Do you even have time to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you, if anything, you better have some beats for you.
Oh yeah, I actually have the project on the 31st, Halloween and everything. Extend the Higher Dimension. That one's gonna come out. It's basically for all the hip hop heads and old school head bopping stuff like that. And I have a producer project that's gonna be released next year. I'm actually currently working on that. There's gonna be a lot of El Paso artists on there, known, unknown, and soon to be known, out of town artists, everywhere from LA to New York. There's going to be some people on there, a lot of people on there. We have the Knuckleheads project that we're going to be dropping. It was supposed to be dropping next month, but we're going to be pushing it back a little bit later. Just, life hits us and everything.
Yeah, gotta be sure ready.
But, and we also have Manny Hayes' main project coming out, his solo project, his maxi single coming out pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken, hopefully by December. Dean just dropped a project not too long ago too, Living Up. It's a little mixtape and everything, something like down south. Stuff. He's a Texas man.
Dean the Texan.
Yes, Dean the Texan. And he's a Texan fan, so I gotta mention
him. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm sure we'll have some good conversations about that.
So like 9 projects, yeah. I'm working on 8 projects right now.
I don't know when you speak, man.
Too many. Nah, never too many. Never too many.
Yo. Moving at speeds you can't conceive, leave you out of your league. Gentlemen meddling with powers and tower over and shower flaming stones from their heaven set in a realm of the overcharged mind Edison. Giving them that medicine they begging for. Out of the desert they adore more poor sap, leaving them sore as I continue to score right into the vein of unstoppable, probable, magnificent, undeniably gifted. Hinting when they try to stop the solar ground conformed by the mind and manifest through the spirit, but they fear it. And every word in my lyrics here is forever will be what they don't want. Grimy little dude rude with an attitude, got you glued cause he snatching on you fool. What the fuck you gonna do, bitch? Oh shit, you sucking dick to get where you at. In fact is, I'm still moving forward and y'all stagnant. Act shit, powder puff, cupcake actress. They infect the masses with the badness and all can have it. Static addict, bent on execution of the masses. Wanna learn something session classes now. Oh, bitch, niggas really wanna know how it go. This Tay have to show a darker side to let them know. Do they really want the guy? Don't they know I bring destruction when I spaz? Oh, bitch, niggas really wanna know what I go. This Tay have to show a darker side to let them know. Do they really want the guy? Don't they know I bring destruction when I spaz? Second verse is the worst. When I burst, they curse for the hurts. When I thirst for the give back, cause that comes in many different ways as I blaze past. Ace to show guns as I roll grass, mass and crass is underground and stuff from the skills that I have. They giving the run around, so why assist? By cutting off their heads of the snakes, I'm on the edge of the ledge, pledge in for the execution. No retribution for the duck net that whack once, and we're getting cracked for they wax dust. That's what happens when these suckers act up. I erupt on them and let the lava spray on any given day. Letting loose the green ooze, yeah. Drunk about that booze, purple, smelling like the purple herbal, geeking like a Virgo, ready to hurt dude. For now, understand to hold the world up in my hand and adding control that's a vast multiversal with dispersal. Trained in for the target, art sick, trick, spit, grip, be the hardest. When I rip shit, man, they having a fit, giving me lip, so I assist with the uppercut split. Know how it go. This Tay have to show a darker side to let them know. Do they really want the guy on their gas? Don't they know I bring destruction when I spaz? Oh, bitch, niggas really wanna know how it go. This Tay have to show a darker side to let them know. Do they really want the guy on their gas? Don't they know I bring destruction when I spaz? Yeah.
Cool, so let's talk about shows. It's a show-off section.
All right.
And speaking of showing off, we're at 92 shows for this year. We're almost to the big milestone.
92.
Yeah, 92. Man. I mean, it's a lot of fun. We like it. So talk to me about that show you were at last night.
The show.
Did you perform? You got to perform?
Yes. 2Mex and Henri Osborne. Shout out to SMS for that show, for putting FFE on the lineup. But it was a really good show. It was a really good turnout and everything. I was actually surprised that I got the attention of the main acts that night.
Yeah, that's
Cause
cool.
I was tired, man. I was really tired that night, and then I think I was the last person to go on that night. I actually got both of them to stand up and come straight to the front of the stage and watch. That was pretty dope. It's a really great feeling.
That's respect right there, man.
Heck yeah. That time I had a lot of more energy that night. I think I was feeling sick on the 20th and everything. I had a lot of breathing problems, but that one was awesome. That one was heck, and I was so happy that time.
Was it at, you said that was at the 501 Bistro or La Parada?
The 501 Bistro on Texas Street.
On Texas. Oh, cool. Okay. So, since the last time we spoke about your performances, where have you played? Like, have you been to any new venues?
New venues at this moment, no. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really been focusing too much on shows. Only reason being because I've been focusing on the 2008 season and the production of everyone else. Because if I don't, then yeah, it's like my old mentor said, if I start dropping something and y'all don't drop anything, then they're not gonna look for you anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Totally get that. Okay. And you know, there's a part where we normally talk about promoters, but the last time you were here, we found out that you're starting to like book some shows, and
Yes.
you're starting to get like a mix of genres for shows and stuff.
Yes, most definitely. That is not going to stop. As of now, depending on whether a venue asks me to or not, for the next 2 months, November and December, I'll throw a show. More than likely, there's going to be a free show. But starting February 2008, I will
2018.
Yeah, 2018. Thank you. I'm going to be doing a lot more shows, almost once every two months.
Nice. Do you have a venue that you're working that out with already, or?
I'm working with Neon Rose or Boomtown. If you haven't heard of that one, heard of the new name yet.
I think they're preferring to go with Neon Rose now.
Yeah, they want to go with Neon Rose, and a lot of people are like, hey, what are you talking about? Bro, it's right on the door.
Yeah, you know, recently we were there they had like 2 shows that night, and easily the hip hop show was like so packed. So many people and so much support, and like a lot of love for the performers, man. That was pretty awesome to see.
It's been, the hip hop scene's been really growing. I really wanted to do a lot more earlier in the year, but sometimes it's just, you know, seasonal. Sometimes you gotta look at the holidays, like right before Thanksgiving and Christmas. People are willing to go out and spend a lot of money, but you gotta be careful when you drop stuff, man. Like seriously, you gotta be careful.
It has to be like well calculated.
Yes, well calculated. Otherwise, you're gonna come with a big loss.
So like your shows that you're booking, are they under the FFE?
Yes, they're under FFE, and then I work with another group. They haven't given me permission to go ahead and say who they are yet, but I have worked with them. If y'all have seen a couple of the shows, I did have their logo on I think 2 of the show flyers.
Nice.
So yeah, it's mostly FFE Productions, but we do get help from this other company.
That's cool. Like, are you making your own flyers or?
Yes,
Nice.
I make their own flyers and everything.
That's always a plus, man. If you're gonna book shows, I think it's important to learn how to do that stuff.
Yes.
Like I knew, like even some friends, good friends of mine, make flyers on their phones.
Yeah.
I have a friend, Rene Hernandez, with Anchor Productions. He's always made his own flyers on his phone, and also Justin from Missing Music Hall. He always used, I think it's Pixar or something. So if anybody out there, I mean, you don't have to have Photoshop.
No,
For me, it's like really convenient because I save the templates on my hard drive, and if I ever need a show, I can use the template. You know, I don't have to start from scratch.
Right.
But I mean, you can use your phone too.
I actually do use a phone. It's a little bit. I use the phone and the computer. I use Adobe Photoshop, and then I also use PixArt, and then Adobe Photoshop for the phone. So, because there's a lot more stuff that I can do with Adobe Photoshop on the phone than with PixArt, but PixArt has a lot more of the other nitty gritty stuff that I would like to use. And it comes really handy and everything. Shoot, I almost did it with all of my shows.
Nice.
Especially through the phone. All of the flyers I did with through the phone and everything.
Well, if you ever need help, let me know. And if anybody out there, if you're a promoter, you need help learning how to use Photoshop. Of course, like you have to have it. You have to mess with it because you don't learn it overnight.
Oh no.
At least learn how to create a new document and learn about layers. And if you know that, I'll help you guys out.
All right.
So hit me up, man. It's really not as difficult as it seems. But maybe I can say it because I've been using it for like, I guess 20 years now. So cool. Okay, so as far as like from the aspect that you're coming from now, you're like, this is like a totally different angle now from the last time we talked about this. Like, so what are some of the pet peeves that you had as far as like, because like when you're a solo performer, it's really easy because you just have to rely on number one. You can count on yourself. You get yourself there on time and all that good stuff. But now that there's other personalities involved, like as far as like booking your shows and helping young musicians and stuff, like what are some of the things that you think could improve?
Lying.
Honesty.
Yeah, you if you're gonna say you're gonna do something, do it. If you're not ready for something, don't say that you're ready. Yeah, because you'll lose a lot of time and stuff like that. That's one of the main things that I don't like. Just tell me the truth.
Yeah, man, it's better to be honest and get everything out in the open. That way, there's no disappointment, no letdown, no surprises.
Communication is another one. If you don't let me know exactly what it is, like when it comes to talking to people about music business, and they expect you to be a mind reader, it doesn't help at all, because I'm sitting here left in the dust like, so is it okay if I do this? Well, it's up to you, man. No, it's not up to me. This is your spot.
Okay. Can we always leave it up to me? Because I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Heck yeah. All right, cool. You know, also showing up, especially when it comes for artists showing up. Like, especially when that's all I ask. I do everything else. I don't tell you to do anything else. I just expect you to show up.
The way I see it is, I don't ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Exactly.
It's a very, very basic rule in life. Especially when you're trying to like manage people, and it's not so much like it's managing. Okay, officially it's managing, but in reality, you're just trying to help them.
Yeah.
Because you could just say, you know what, I'll just do this for myself.
Yeah.
But you have it in you. You have the generosity and the work ethic more than anything to say, you know what, I think I can help these dudes out, man. And if you ever get someone who's willing to help you, take advantage of it, man. It's hard to find good help nowadays, especially when people are willing to invest of themselves in you.
And a good business note, if you do have those people, you can ask any of the main Fortune 500 people. They'll tell you if you got a good connection with somebody that's trying to help you get somewhere, you want to keep that connection and grow it, because once you lose it, you're never going to get it back, and you can get blackballed just because of your work ethic and how you treat that person. You don't know who he knows or what he does. Even if you're in his circle, there's still things he doesn't tell you.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I have learned, you know, with being in the music community, as far as like the stuff that we do, there's a very fine line, man, between being the person that people come to when they want help, or people. It's really cool, like for us, because we're accepted, right? And we appreciate that a lot, man. We can go. Judy and I go to shows, and we're part of the crowd. You know, we have friends here and stuff, and it's awesome. But it wouldn't take much for us to do that. You know, if somebody says something wrong, or we offend the wrong people, or we do somebody the wrong way, it's a very fine line, man. So
yeah,
it's always better just to like try to keep the peace. True. Of course, like sometimes people need to be put in their place.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to. There's times where you do have to be like, hey, look, man, you're stepping over your boundaries. We're both human beings here, and I don't like to be treated that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just it's crazy how nowadays people are so quick to blast people on social media. And
it's too sensitive.
Yeah,
People have gotten way too sensitive nowadays. And I mean, that's a lot coming from a 28-year-old.
A 49-year-old.
Come on, man. Like,
I mean,
seriously.
in my days, when I was younger, we sold things differently, face to face. You know.
Yeah.
You know that was wrong. Most of the time, if you didn't agree with them that it was wrong, then you settled it a different way. But for the most part, you're like, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
You can sit there and talk about it and get it out of the way. Or now everybody's like, well, I want to talk about you. And it's like, oh, man.
And then friends pile in. Yeah, he's a douchebag. And then the more friends come in, he did this to me. And before you know it,
it's all one big
it blows up.
cluster of
Of course, like there are some times when people, they get blackballed because they're stupid.
Yes.
They do make stupid
decisions.
choices. They mess with people's creativity, they mess with their property, they mess with their name.
Yep.
And then, you know, those are sometimes where people that do that shit, you know, it's better just not to do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm just saying as a rule of thumb, if you're in the music scene, or in life in general, man, just try to do the right thing.
Yeah, be neutral, man. Be neutral. You
Treat
only
people
need
the way you
step
want to
up.
be treated.
Step up when you need to step up. And take a seat when you need to.
Yep. Okay, so as far as social media, I'm sure that you have even more projects to plug this time.
Yes.
So, okay, so like primarily the one place where people can find you to ask questions or booking inquiries or...
Facebook, go ahead and find me under Desert God Tezu. You'll be able to find me really quickly. I mean, Desert God, when you spell God, you spell G-H-O-D. It's a whole other story, but yeah.
Cool.
Email, you can either contact me through the FFE email, ffeproductions915@gmail.com or tezu915@gmail.com. I even answered through the Instagram, it's tezu_915. And go ahead and check out the Snap. I give a little bit of behind the scenes. You see me doing weird stuff, crazy weird stuff on that. You get to the personal thing right there. But the website is being put back up in December, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. It's again desertgodtezu.com. That's going to be coming out back up in December, December 27th. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be putting out for that. Just go ahead and follow the Facebook. You're going to get more updates through there. Even the Twitter, you can find me over there. Just same thing, TAE space ZU. You'll be able to find me really quickly. I'm the only Tezu in the world.
Cool. And like, are you ever planning a show that's gonna showcase like you and the performers you're helping?
Yes, actually yes.
Like a FFE showcase or something?
Yes, we will be doing that. Actually, we're going to be having a tour next year with the whole FFE crew. We call ourselves Together. Everybody, regardless if it's going to be bands or whatever, which we are going to be getting bands, just to FYI. The Knuckleheads crew. You'll be able to find us coming out probably the mid of next year. There's going to be a tour going on, but we will be having FFE shows where it's going to be showcasing all of us.
Cool. Have you ever heard of like a local band and then thought about what it would be like to perform with them?
Yeah, matter of fact, when we had booked Decadence, if I'm not mistaken, if that's how you say that, Decadence, I wanted to really want to work with them for real. Amethyst Boulevard 2, Glob. I've been wanting to work with Glob because there's some things that I cannot do that I really want to step into, because I can't sit there and make the whole rock beat on a computer. It doesn't work.
Well, we had a band recently called Shitbear, and they fucking blew me away, man. You know, you hear the name Shitbear, and you don't realize like just how involved the whole concept is. It's like a whole concept, man, with like characters and fucking awesome. I hope they like write a book about it sometime soon, because just the imagination to come up with all that stuff is crazy, man.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, and as far as like, what about advice like to somebody who is young and is thinking about getting into music? And now, I mean, you could speak to being a musician, helping out young musicians, like recording and coming up with beats.
Patience, man, patience. Try not to get angry. Try not to get angry. Don't keep your feelings to yourself when it's something that needs to be said. It's better if you communicate and tell another person instead of just keeping it to yourself, because eventually it's going to boil to the point where it gets out of control, and you don't want that. As a business owner, be open to anything that happens and never expect anything good to happen. I know it's a bad thing to say, But if you always expect the bad things to happen, you'll never be surprised when bullshit arises.
Right. You're better prepared.
Yeah, and you also then get overconfident when good things happen. It's a motive. It should be a motivation for you to double up on what you're doing.
Yeah. It's all about expectations and being realistic.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be realistic. Know where you're at.
I guess the toughest thing is that sometimes you have to stop and realize you can't count on other people the way you can count on yourself.
Yes.
Or somebody who, like, if you have a team, you have a good team.
Yeah.
Because I know that I can count on Judy. Like, she's right there with me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Same page. So yeah,
Most definitely.
I have to throw that out there.
Yeah, teams, man. If you have a good team, keep them people.
Take care of them.
If you have somebody that you need to either guide the right way, or if they don't listen, sometimes you do have to cut people. It's not going to be a happy feeling, but at the same time, you got to also think about, well, what happens if you have a family? You're going to throw away everything just because of one person? No, man. Sometimes you just have to let them go. They need to find their own road.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so what about any shout-outs?
Yes, shout out to the Love Buzz for having us. Shout out to the Metal Vlog for having all of us here. Shout out to all the FFE members, Dean, Maddie Hayes, Mark 1, my girlfriend Renee sitting in the back and everything. Shout out to Neon Rose and the hip hop scene, the music. Matter of fact, the music scene, because everybody's working hard. Y'all have no idea how much stuff y'all missing if you're in El Paso.
Cool. And as always, I want to shout out Mama Judy for her awesome skills on the
Mama Judy
videography, and also another shout out to our good friends with the live audio, Alex and Nicole Vargas. They stepped up and they sponsored us by purchasing some audio recording gear for us, and from what I understand, it should be here any day now, and we're pretty excited about that. We're pretty excited about upgrading the value of our production, giving our audience something a little more clear to listen to and enjoy, and we're excited about that, man. It's like a big step for us, because we always thought that the Metal Shop vlogs would stay simple and as raw as possible. That's been our objective from the beginning. But we also do realize that some people value the quality of videos and vlogs and stuff like that they're listening to, and we recognize that and we want to do better. So thanks to Alex and Nicole, we can do that.
Y'all are awesome.
Yeah. Outside I hang loose. No denying when I am signing I can't lose. Fools, excellence is evident. Fools, they wanna mess with a school dude. Obvious views with the best rip. Slip some up in your brain cell. Acting like a nigga around here won't raise hell. Do tell, have a nigga jump shit quick before they set sail. Story of all who that fell well. I did one, born to rip planets and madness and tear galaxies. So don't be mad at me if I'm dishing out fatalities. I'll be gladly handing them out. A self-serve. Earning every ounce of my rage, your stomach turning. Urging to put the work in for a hurt and certain the scars. So what you really think, man? You open my car and I buy bar. Need to pick up your bar to learn something. When my lines pop off quick, as if I'm word, I didn't know ducking this. So stop saying that you running shit. I'm about to smack the taste out. Don't force me to shot. At least the shot wave thinking you're brave. So he come out mad. You better back off now or turn the sand, man. Ooh, now ride with me. Ain't really much what you find with the guy. Is it odd or strange that I raise up the frequency? All I really wanted you to chill with the energy skill that I still feel when you challenge me. No drama, it's so spark the insanity. Progress, test, press, fully, y'all don't be mad at me. Try to make fools like you to just ride with me. Ha! No, now you're looking at the cannon verse. What's worse is first to start to signify your birth is minimized. In my eyes, I brutalize or hesitate to utilize destruction. This Fist of the North Star, spontaneous combustion. Don't fuck with what erupted as I jump in, do nothing. When it's all moving, I can shatter a unit. Ain't nothing to it when the motion is fluid. So do pause. What's the cause? Here to shorten your life. You know he's nice, tongue switchblade, katana device, precise execution. You know the fusion, unbelievable, conceivable. Rap here untreatable. Blood back, my grab track, staff is ain't repeatable. Take a seat and watch a God speak. Heat seeker to your speaker, eager to meet you. Lines give you punches and hooks. Select the right uppercuts, leave a sucker shook. Need to read more than a book to be on this level of game. The upper hand. Understand? I know you did it. Even if I wrote it, the language the term ended. You see me working, it's working and make this word in it. You want it vivid? Get with it. Ooh, now ride with me. Ain't really much what you fight with the guy. Is it odd or strange when I raise up the frequency? All I really want is you to chill with the energy skills that I spill, ill feel when you tell me no drama. If so, spark the insanity. Progress, test, press, but y'all can don't be mad at me. Try to make fools like you, so just ride with me. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so we've arrived at the rapid fire. And I'm gonna ask Tezu 5 questions off the top of my tablet. Okay, and here we go, okay? What are you afraid of?
Nothing. What I'm afraid of is not succeeding in things I say I want to do.
Okay, are you a dog or a cat person?
Dog.
Okay, quality of life or quantity of life?
That's a really good question. Quality.
Okay, quality, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you want a good life.
Yes.
Okay, so what's better, being organized or paying attention to details?
Both, to be honest with you. You have to be organized and pay attention to details because you can't have one without the other.
Okay, and what is one aspect of what you do that you don't like doing?
I do not like being too organized. I'm way too organized. I get so organized that sometimes I forget where things are, but it's right there in front of me.
I think I can totally know where you're coming from, man. I feel that.
Sometimes I'd rather be like Goku, carefree.
Yeah, who cares? I'll find it, come up.
Yep.
Okay, so that concludes our portion of the Metal Shop Vlog. Is there anything that you want to bring up or talk about that wasn't covered?
Just look out for the next project, Extension, The Higher Dimension. It's gonna be pretty interesting. If you haven't followed any of my music, just go back and look. Like I said, you can just look me up on Google. I'm the only Tezu in the world, no joke. I am dead serious. There's a story, and you might want to go ahead and check out the first project that I ever dropped. It's about to get crazy.
Nice. Yeah, and I don't want to forget to give a huge shout out to Mach 1.
Mach 1!
That's still blowing me away. That's crazy, man. You wear so many different hats. That's awesome, dude.
Yes, I got a big head, man.
I do too. Okay, so we want to thank Tezu for coming out and spending some time with us.
Thank you.
For part 2 of Tezu.
Always a pleasure.
Look forward to visiting with you again sometime in 2018 to see what other awesome stuff you're up to, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Cool, man.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course, that's our pleasure. And shout out to Mama Judy as always. And you guys go out to a show, man. 2017 is about to end. You still have a chance to rally and go to a couple shows, man. Especially like right now, there's gonna be a bunch. So go out to one, support your friends, and just have fun.
Yes. Get drunk too.
Yeah.
Responsible.
You know, and also like if you see us at a show, like buy me a beer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, buy me a shot. I'm not kidding. Those are awesome.
Buy Mama Judy some shots. Like she tried it was like pickle juice shot the other day at Low Rock Palace.
Oh no, I tried that stuff.
I don't do pickle juice.
My girlfriend gave me one of those.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
Okay, man, so that's it for this week's edition of Metal Shop Vlogs. We'll see you guys next week.
Laters.